Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. So I want to go ahead and have a discussion with you all and give you my opinion on some things about long-term food storage that is purchased from third parties. For example, Oxen Farms, Mountain House, whichever other ones you may purchase from, Emergency Essentials, etc. Now, before I even start, I want to say that I am not saying anything bad about these companies. I think that all of these companies do a really good job, some better than others, in certain things. For example, I think that Oxen Farms does a great job, a fantastic job at packaging and producing ingredients-based items. I rather buy their ingredients-based items like you see there, like the tomato powder, like the bell peppers, things that you need in order to use as an ingredient to make a meal, rather than purchase their entrees. I'm not a great fan of their entrees. They're palatable. They will do in a pinch. However, I rather make my own food with ingredients that I put away for long-term storage. Now, companies like Mountain House make really good, tasty entrees that fill you up, that taste good, that last a very long time, and that do not take a lot of energy to prepare. So I'm a big fan of Mountain House entrees for that reason. They also do a good job packaging ground beef and chicken cubes and beef cubes and things like that. But what I want to talk to you about today, ladies and gentlemen, is stop buying from these companies before you do your own research. Do a little bit of homework. The times that we're living in now are difficult enough when it comes to having extra funds to prepare with. So why not use those extra funds that you were going to use to prepare with as wisely as possible and get the most bang out of your buck that you can. And this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to compare some items with you that are extremely easy for you to make yourself or to package yourself instead of purchasing it from a third party and paying that real heavy premium that you pay when a third party packages things for yourself. Now, let me tell you that there are some things that I find are better purchased from a third party. For example, many of you will recognize this from my last pantry prepper cooking video where I made the spaghetti sauce, the meat and spaghetti sauce. This is something that I would not try to reproduce myself. It is quite expensive when you buy it at regular price. I think now regular price for this is like $40. I will only buy this when it is on sale. And as many of you know, I hope that you took advantage of that last sale that they had on Amazon. I was able to buy this for just shy of $21. It was $20 and change. As far as I'm concerned, this is a great value for your money. Why? For me it is. For some of you it may not be. For me it is because I don't grow my own tomatoes yet, right? I don't have a big full-blown garden yet. And even if I did, I would find it difficult to match what I'm getting here, even if I was getting the tomatoes for free, because of the amount of energy and time that it takes to turn all of those tomatoes into powder to equal the volume that is, or the weight that is in this can, right? I think it would take a lot of energy, even if you got the tomatoes for free, to turn it into powder to equal 3 pounds and 10 ounces. Same thing with the Oxen Farms bell peppers, dehydrated bell peppers. I prefer dehydrated vegetables instead of getting freeze-dried vegetables because I think you get a lot more weight. So for example, if you compare the weight of this number 10 can to a number 10 can of freeze-dried bell peppers, the freeze-dried bell peppers would give you a lot less weight, either for the same or more money. And why do I say that? Because when a fruit or anything is freeze-dried, it maintains its original shape. It loses a lot of weight from the water leaving it, but it maintains its shape. So when they sell this to you in a freeze-dried form, the whole can may be full and still weigh less than what you get when you buy the dehydrated type vegetables in number 10 cans. For example, this is not something that I would want to reproduce. I could only imagine how many peppers it takes to come up with 1 pound and 4 ounces of dehydrated peppers, and how much energy it takes for that to happen. So there are some things that I definitely would go with third parties. The reason that I'm doing this video is because I actually came across an item on Amazon from Oxen Farms that looked like it was a really good deal. And I was just about to push the button. So on Amazon, right now, they have the Oxen Farms dehydrated onions for $11 and change. All right, we'll call it $11, okay? But it's $11 and change. And it's a number 10 can that has 1 pound and 7 ounces of dehydrated onions. Which is not bad, 1 pound and 7 ounces for $11. So I was going to order 4 of them. And before I pushed the button, the order button, I thought to myself, I'm going to go to Costco today. Let me go and check and see how much their dehydrated onions are. And we'll see from there. So I did that. My wife and I went to Costco a couple of days ago. And I came across this. And it doesn't have to be the Costco brand. However, you do have to do your own homework when you do this. This Kirkland brand dehydrated onions weighs 11.7 ounces. All right, so we got 11.7 ounces. 2 of these put together is just a little over 23 ounces, 23.4 ounces. The number 10 can of Oxen Farms dehydrated onions is 23 ounces. It's 1 pound 7 ounces, so it's 23 ounces. So one number 10 can of Oxen Farms dehydrated onions is equal to about just shy of about half an ounce less than what you see here for $11. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for what you see here, I paid about $7. It's $4 less for just a tiny bit more. All right, so I paid $7 for this. I'm getting more product than what I would have gotten had I bought the number 10 can. And I understand some of you are going to say, well, we still have to package it for long term. Absolutely right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, both of these should fit in a quart jar, in a quart mason jar. Right? So let's say that's $1. So now this is $8, right? $7 plus $1 is $8. If you package those in a quart jar and you put in a 6 or 7 cent 50cc oxygen absorber, it will in turn be packaged just as well as it is packaged in the number 10 can, in my opinion, of course. And those of you that have been with me for a while know that I dry can a lot of my spices and food stuff that I put away for long term in that manner by adding an oxygen absorber to the mason jar with the product in it and then sealing it and then allowing it to create a seal once the oxygen is evacuated from inside the jar. So you're looking at spending about $8.10. We're going to call it $8. You're looking at spending about $8 to put away the same amount, if not a little more, than what you would get in a number 10 can. And all you had to do was spend about 5 minutes doing it. So 5 minutes of your time, a quart jar, oxygen absorber, and you just saved yourself $3. What does that mean? That means that instead of buying a number 10 can of dehydrated onions, you could have bought 3 of these for the same price that you would have paid for that number 10 can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's why I say do your homework. Why would you want to pay somebody to do for you what you could do yourself in 5 minutes and then use those savings that you saved to prep even more? I have a great example for you here of some of the things that I've seen on long-term food storage company sites where I can only imagine that they make a boatload of money because people who may be uninformed don't understand that they can do this themselves and save a whole bunch of money. Now, let's put that aside for 1 second, actually for a little more than a second. If you have the money and you don't have the time and you want to be prepared and you can afford to go to a long-term food storage company and buy all your preps from that long-term food storage companies or multiple companies, by all means, It's like I've said in the past. You all know that I'm affiliated with Oxen Farms and Emergency Essentials. Why? Because everyone in this world is a different part of their lives. If you can afford it but you don't have the time, by all means, go ahead and prep the best that you can in the best manner that you can. However, if you're like most people, where you maybe have a little bit of time to invest in your preparedness and you don't have that much money, you may want to look into preparing your own foods for long-term food storage in the ways that I've shown in several of my videos. Here's another one where they make a whole bunch of money. Now, I'm going to use beans. I'm not going to say, okay, specifically red beans, just beans in general. Any of you that go to any of these sites and see them selling a 25-pound bucket of beans for like $50-something, right? $50, $60, something like that. You all know that you can find beans on sale. Even now, you can still find them on sale. Now, let me tell you what. I've got a video coming up, or actually it's going to be a live stream. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Alaska Standard Time, I'm going to do a live stream about how the price of foods are going up. But having said that, even though the price of beans have gone up, you can still package your beans yourself and save a lot of money. Another one that is a huge, huge money maker for these companies is rice. I mean, I was on their site a couple of days ago, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not putting these companies down. They provide a service that people pay for. In my opinion, it's a win-win situation. But I know that we are going through some hard times these days, and I want those of you that are maybe thinking about preparing or have not started preparing yet and just came across this video to be encouraged to do these things yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, can you go onto one of these sites and buy a 25 or a 30-pound bucket of long grain rice for $40 when you can go and buy a 25-pound bag of rice at any of your warehouse stores like Costco, like Sam's Club, or even in a Walmart or Safeway, whoever has them, for anywhere between $10 to $15 or even less. All right, so you can buy a 25-pound bag of rice for, let's say, $15, and then buy a bucket for $3 and a lid. So let's say buy a bucket and a lid, that's, let's say, $20. Mylar bag, $22, you'll be able to put away 25 pounds of long grain rice, if not more, ladies and gentlemen, because I think I'm going really high on the price. I mean, a 50-pound bag of rice is about $19, $20, right, of long grain rice. But I'm making it 15 just to go a little bit over and show you how much money you really would save. Because if you're going to save money with me going really over on the price that you would actually pay, then you're going to save even more money in reality. So you're looking at about $22, $23 to put away 25 pounds of rice. But you go and you buy it from one of these companies for $45, $47. You could have gotten twice as much rice put away if you would have just put a little bit of time and effort into it and done it yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, the message is this. Before you just go and click on sale items, do your homework and find out for yourselves whether you're really saving money or not. I wanted to show you another item that I've bought in the past, and I bought these items way back. You can see that the expiration on this is 28, and this is the pancake mix, blueberry flavored. I don't remember how much I paid for this when I bought it. I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. However, I know that now I think they're on sale for like $10 or for like $7 or $8. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you go ahead and buy yourself a 10-pound bag of pancake mix, and I'm using Costco because they're the ones that are nearest to me that I can do that kind of shopping at. But I know that Sam's Club sells it as well. If you go and buy yourself a 10-pound bag of pancake mix, at Costco right now, they're less than $7. So you're paying less for the bag of pancake mix than what you paid for this package. All right? Now, of course, you're going to have to go ahead and throw in there $1, $1.50 for some Mylar bags and some oxygen absorbers. So you're paying about $8.50, let's say $9 for 10 pounds of pancake mix that you've stored away for long term. Whereas in this case, for you to put away the same amount, in this case, than you did by purchasing it yourself, you would have had to have bought 3 of these. You would have had to have bought 3 of these number 10 cans, which would have come at a cost when they're on sale to about $22, $23. So you're getting more than twice as much food by doing it yourself than purchasing it from a company that does it for you. If you have the money to purchase it and you have excess funds, by all means, I'd rather you put money into your pantry than to put money in the bank. The last thing I'm going to cover, ground beef. Now, I've had this for a long time. I bought this in 2016, I believe. This is another thing. You're getting 28 ounces of freeze-dried ground beef in here, okay? Sure, when it hydrates, it's going to add weight to it. But today, one of these cans, I think, is going for like more than $60. More than $60. So if you don't know how to pressure can, make the investment on a pressure can or some jars and lids so that you can pressure can your own meats. Not just ground beef, but chicken, turkey, pork, sausage. I've done bacon, even though some people don't recommend that you do bacon. But pressure can your own meats. Imagine how much meat you can pressure can, even at today's prices, for $60. You know, imagine how much you can pressure can for $60, even at today's prices. So, and it doesn't have to be beef. It can be whatever you want it to be. But that's the message for today, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to really be attentive and keep your head on a swivel, as we like to say in the Army, when you're looking at these prices. And don't be fooled into buying something just because someone says it's on sale. Now, whenever I see that something's really on a good sale, I go ahead and put it out there so that you guys can take a look at it. And I almost did that with the onions, but I honestly feel that you should do it yourself and get 1.5 times as much product than what you would get by buying it online if you just take a few minutes of your time to put it away for long-term storage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys get something out of this, and I do encourage you to go ahead and put up your own long-term storage foods as much as you can. Look, I almost forgot a great example. This is one of the things that really bugs me when I see these things on one of these companies' sites trying to sell people. This is probably about 3 or 4 pounds of salt. As you can see, I'm going through it. This is one of the ones that I'm using. All right. This is probably about 3 or 4 pounds of salt. Ladies and gentlemen, you can get a 25-pound bag of salt for $7 at Sam's Club or at Costco. And for those of you that don't know, the Costco salt that they sell in 25-pound bags are not iodized. So whether that's good or bad for you, I want you to know that, because a lot of people think that it is. I understand that you need iodine in your body, but I know that a lot of people don't like iodized salt. So just to let you know that, you can get a 25-pound bag of non-iodized table salt at Costco for around $7 or so. Maybe it's up to $8 by now. However, if you take a look at the number 10 cans that they're selling with salt in them, they're like more than $10. I mean, you're getting like 5-6 pounds of salt in one of those number 10 cans, where you can be getting almost 5 times more for less than what you're paying for it just because it comes in a can. And look at how I store my salt. This is how I store my salt. This is how easy it is. It didn't cost me anything to store your salt, to store this salt. And you don't even have to put an oxygen absorber in here. So ladies and gentlemen, I just don't want you to get ripped off, okay? And like I said before, if you do have the money and you don't have the time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you going to these third parties, to these companies. You know, I do still promote Oxen Farms Emergency Essentials because I think they make really good products, the products that I like to get from them. But I try not to fall for their marketing, especially when they put things on sale that I know that I can package myself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support my channel, I would really appreciate it. Just use my links below the description of my videos. All of those links don't cost you a penny more than what you were going to use to purchase that item anyways, and it really helps me out. So I'd appreciate it if you guys took a look under the description of my video and use my links whenever you guys decide to go shopping in any of these long-term food storage companies for the items that are not being overpriced. And if you're going to do some Amazon shopping, by all means, I appreciate it if you use my link. It really does help. So thank you very much for joining in today. And I really hope that you got something out of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Please share it with someone that you love that maybe isn't into preparing yet. And maybe it'll encourage them to start maybe watching a few more videos and to start preparing. Because this ain't over, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't over for a while yet. Having said that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.